All right, big day of videos today, boys and girls. I'm sorry if you guys get a little bit spam, but I got one of those Star Wars Defined videos coming out that I'm a part of that series. I'm probably going to have a quick review for Rise of Skywalker after I watch it tonight, but there's been some BS brewing in the world that I just really feel the need to talk about. But before I get too deep into it, I would like to let everybody know that the situation has been dealt with promptly from multiple angles. So there's no need or reason to grab your pitchforks. This is just kind of keeping you guys notified and just talking about something that I see as a growing problem in the world in general, and especially in the online content world. So let's get into it. So I'd actually already recorded a video about the central part of this story, but I kind of wanted to wait to see what was going to happen and if anything was going to develop in the story. And thankfully, something did. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, which you should, you've probably seen some of my tweets about this horrible woman who was just literally like manhandling her baby and her young child on stream. I don't want to show too much of the video because, like I said, and what I'll get into, the situation has largely been dealt with, so I just don't see that there's too much of a purpose. But I do want to just show some examples of like how she was behaving and how she was like treating her child. So just know that there's more in this. There's one scene where it looked like she was biting her child's hands. It's really messed up.
No! No! Let go!
Like, I can't believe that someone would do this in general, let alone on a live stream. Like, I'm glad that they're this stupid because it's probably the only way they'd get caught. So as you can see, she's basically throwing an entire tantrum at her toddler because she's just being bothered while she's trying to stream to what I'm sure is an audience of just about no one. Not that it would matter if it was a larger audience. This behavior is not okay. So luckily somebody had actually managed to catch this. They pulled the VOD, released it as a second video so that it wouldn't be deleted if she, tried to delete the main video and all of the clips. That obviously stirred a bunch of outrage. People notified Twitch, and thankfully people got on the phone with the Calgary Police Department where she lives. And the whole thing was being escalated really fast. Her channel was gone very, very quickly. Like by the time I had seen the video, her channel was already gone from what I could tell. And this wasn't just like a one-time thing or a lapse of judgment. This was just clearly regular behavior over the long course of the stream she was doing. She was streaming for hours and this was happening the entire time. And while I don't have the clips now because her channel got deleted, there were clips from like weeks in the past of her treating the kid exactly the same or even worse. And then her husband or boyfriend or the father of the child, who also streams in the same house, people managed to get some clips from his channel of him behaving the same way, of her treating the kids poorly in the same way while they're trying to stream. So both of them are trying to stream at the same time when they have young children and they're not doing anything to care for those young children and getting mad when those children just want to be cared for. And that's what I want to touch on the most. But before we get into that, again, I said there's no reason to raise our pitchforks, and that's because the Calgary Police Department did get involved. So I'm going to read a statement. So they tweeted yesterday. They said, yesterday we received multiple tips from the public relating to concerns of child abuse shared via a live stream video gaming platform. As a result, our investigation, a Calgary woman has been arrested and charged. So I'm going to read the actual statement from them going forward. The video showed a woman playing a game while roughly handling her young children. The woman is alleged to have slapped, pushed, and bitten her 14-month-old son during the course of the video. And like I said, the video is out there. I'm just showing a couple parts. I don't want to show all of it because it just breaks my heart and it doesn't serve a purpose anymore. The online persona was tracked to a Calgary residence where officers located a woman, a man, and 2 children. The woman was arrested and the children were taken to a safe location. So that was the main reason why I said don't need to elevate your pitchforks. I don't know if the father has been arrested yet, but the children are not with him. The 31-year-old woman has been charged with 1 count of assault. She will appear in court on Friday, January 17th, 2020. So they specifically said, we want to thank the public and the media for bringing this video to our attention. When you find a video such as this online, it is very important you report it to police and not just share it throughout social media platforms. In this case, we were able to act swiftly to locate the children to ensure their well-being, thanks to those who quickly reported the video. And that's just something I wanted to stress here, thanks to a streamer named Milton T. Pike, who was very vocal about the fact that he'd been on the phone with authorities in Calgary. That definitely led to them dealing with the situation swiftly. So like I said, it's great to like share these videos and get Twitch to pull the channels, and Twitch themselves also said they forwarded the information to the appropriate authorities. But if you see something and you know how to get in contact with the non-emergency police line in that area, you can do that. And like, as you see, they do take it seriously, especially when you have that that video evidence. So for such a tragic situation, this was at least a really strong showing from the community. Twitch acted swiftly. I know there's a lot of issues with Twitch's behavior sometimes and how there's like lack of consistency, but you've got to give them the props in this situation for dealing with the situation swiftly. But that's what's gonna segue into what my main point about this is and where I have issues. So obviously problems like this are going to persist, and it's probably happening on other channels right now that we just don't know. It was just such a random chance that someone came across this and noticed it was happening because it was a small streamer. They were small streamers. They didn't really have a following. We were just lucky that someone happened to go by those streams and notice the behavior that was happening. And this is where the really obvious comments come out of, you know, if you have a child, that becomes your main priority. You can still have your passions, you can still have your hobbies, but the second your passions and hobbies get in the direct way of your child's well-being, health, and safety, that goes to the side. But I can't even say it's an issue like that because it's not like they can even make the argument that it was their job and they were just stressed out about it. Not that that would make it okay, but if you're trying to approach something like that as a job and you want to set aside 8 hours to stream video games, guess who needs to pay for a babysitter? Like, these people were just clearly not fit to be parents. She's literally throwing a tantrum at her toddler for being upset that it's being neglected. I'm just shocked at what people will put their children through. And the fact that this was a live stream means that they didn't see that there was anything wrong with what they were doing. You know, we've seen it time and time again where people have gotten caught in situations like this, and it's usually slip-ups, but this was continuous behavior on a live stream platform where the VODs were left up, which makes me really concerned about how those children were being treated any other time, because half the time she wasn't even in game when she was getting mad at the kid. She was on her cell phone. Like, these are just clearly people who did not want to be parents and really shouldn't be parents. Guess what? There's no Fortnite in jail. Like, I think we can all take a lesson from that commercial I featured the other day.
Condoms.
That's the answer. Condoms. It's so easy not to have kids. There's no excuse for this behavior. Like, what vile people. And Susan, back off. I'm not trying to bully anybody. I'm just saying this was vile behavior. And it's not just with live streams. I'm sure this happens with YouTubers. Obviously, there's so many of those family vlog channels that just exploit their children for views. There's some of them that I'm sure they get super annoyed at their kids when they're not acting the way that they're supposed to. Of course, there's Brooke Houts, who did the same thing with her dog. When the dog was acting like a dog, she would just get super frustrated with it. And it's really heartbreaking to know that there's probably a lot of that stuff happening that's being edited out of videos, that's not being shown on stream, and that people just don't know and continue to support these people. Like I said, it is shocking that people managed to discover that this was happening based on the size of the stream and the fact that they were playing Fortnite, which is the most saturated game on Twitch. So I'm not saying that you can't be a streamer if you're a parent. There's tons of parents on the platform that are extremely successful that manage to juggle it properly, but they wait until someone else is around to watch the kid. They have baby monitors. They actually go take care of the kid if there's something wrong with it. They get babysitters. They don't turn into toddlers themselves because they're trying to play Fortnite. So yeah, again, amazing job to the Calgary Police Department for acting on this so swiftly. Amazing job to the community for actually reaching out to the proper authorities. Great job to Twitch for actually acting so quickly, removing the content, passing it along to the proper authorities so that they had access to the video footage so that they can actually prove that something happened. Because that's the best part. The second they pull it down, the channel owner has no ability to like delete the videos, delete the clips, or anything like that. It completely stops that from being able to happen, and then Twitch still has it all on their end. So great job to everybody who did something. And again, if you have kids, don't be like this, and realize what your priorities should be. And I can't believe I actually have to say that, but if it's not involving video games and streaming, it's gonna be anything. Some parents just want to go out and party. Some parents want to go on vacation. Some people want to go to concerts. But guess what? When you have a kid, you have to start making sacrifices for that kid. And that's why I don't have one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Like I said, there'll probably be some kind of review for Rise of Skywalker later tonight. And again, I'm sorry that I'm going to be bombarding a little bit of content for today and tomorrow. Then we'll quiet down a little bit just before the holidays. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're into that kind of thing. And we'll catch you all later. Also, real quick at the end here, just to kind of end off on something a little bit more positive. Over this past weekend, I was part of a charity stream for a children's hospital, and we somehow managed to raise over $20,000 $1,000. So if you guys kind of want to see some highlights of that, I'll have the video link down below. If you guys did stop by, because I kind of did make a little community post about it, I really appreciate it. Even if you couldn't donate any money, I'm just amazed by how much we managed to do. So if you have a chance to give back this holiday season, there's so many different ways to do it, and you will feel great afterwards. So again, thank you.